Good morning. Today I'm talking about the laws Watchtower Society broke in their internal judicial system. First of all, they breached the laws of natural justice. Now, these are universal for most judicial systems around the world. The judges must not be prejudiced. They must hear both sides before making a decision. The accused person must be informed and must be allowed a defence. Now, Watchtower breaches all of those. So one of the worst things that I came up with looking through Watchtower's legal case against the Charity Commission for England and Wales was the case where the Charity Commission sent them documents. To be fair, the Charity Commission had to send these documents to let Watchtower know the case they had to answer. But the Charity Commission crossed out the names of the people who had complained because they knew exactly what would happen if Watchtower got hold of these names. Now, Watchtower complained about this completely, and they said this is Watchtower's barrister. There is an inherent unfairness in having relied upon material which is not disclosed, and that as a result, the charity has been fighting a shadow case. And then later he said, even more fundamental to any judicial system in a modern democratic society is the principle of natural justice, whose most important aspect is that every party has a right to know the full case against him and the right to test and challenge that case fully. I find this so hypocritical. Watchtower wants fair procedures for themselves, but they insist that in their internal judicial system, they don't have to use fair procedures. Sorry. They claim they don't have to tell you what the case is against you. Amazing. Anyway, they have also breached Article 37 of the Irish Constitution. Now, Article 37 allows for limited judicial functions other than the courts, what they call a domestic tribunal. But this tribunal must not deal with criminal matters. Excuse me. And the function must be limited in terms of its impact. What that means is that decisions a domestic tribunal makes cannot affect your freedom, your health, or your reputation. But Watchtower does all of these. So, where have I got to? So, according to the Constitution then, Watchtower's internal judicial system should be banned because it breaches the Constitution, this article, which is why Miss Justice Irvine told them that they should be using fair procedures. The reason being that the use of fair procedures reduces the impact. If they get their accusations correct and have allowed you a defence and so on, then they don't affect your reputation. So anyway, there's an interesting legal case, and this is Magrav versus Maynard College. This was in 1979 in the Irish Supreme Court. And the court said this about decisions made by domestic tribunals. And the court could get involved in a decision made by a domestic tribunal if, first of all, the decision is not carried out in accordance with the statutes. So Watchtower has to stick to their public statutes, but they don't. Secondly, has there been a breach of the requirements of natural justice? Of course there has. Thirdly, was there any evidence before the domestic tribunal in which the members of it could have reached the conclusion they did? Well, in my case, no, there was no evidence. And fourthly, was the decision one which the members of the tribunal, on the facts proved, could not, as honest men, have reached? If the judicial hearing, the judicial committee in my case, had been honest, they most certainly would not have reached the decisions they did. Now, we have to look at children in this matter. Watchtower affects children as well as adults, so please keep your children away from this unfair, extremely harmful judicial system of Jehovah's Witnesses, in which they use bullying, intimidation, and abuse of power. They are highly dangerous. So thank you for watching. Next time I will be discussing the scriptures Watchtower has ignored. Thank you.